Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Known Classics. This episode number 1992 and Doubleshot number 1886. Got 2 DC trades, and with this one we are 8 episodes away from episode 2000. Yes, 8 episodes away. Excuse me. First up is a mini-series that does not contain a one-shot that came out this period of time, this one, but it's a mini-series, this one. We have Batman Last Night on Earth, written by the critically acclaimed creative team behind the New 52 Batman run, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Though these two worked together for the first 50 issues of the book. The last couple issues, Greg Capullo didn't do the last couple issues. I'm a different artist. Though Greg Capullo didn't do the entirety of the first 50 issues. I think he skipped 2 issues the entire run. Yeah, the 2 issues he skipped. Mostly put, you can kind of think of this as their final Batman story that they work on, despite the fact these two kind of worked on Batman and Dark Knight Metal and Dark Knight Death Metal. But you can kind of think of it as their one last Batman story, though it's an Elseworld story, and it's published on the Black Label imprint. This definitely is not canon to the main DC continuity, though one thing at least I appreciate, though, is that you have Batman. Now, this is set in the future. Something involving this guy called Omega overthrew the world and basically destroyed it mostly. And Gotham City apparently is the only city still active. And here's the thing. Bruce is supposedly, he first wakes up in Arkham Asylum, which is kind of weird. And of course he gets different strange Batman costume. Look a little bit of W on his actual Bat mask. He wears this for a little while until he runs to Wonder Woman. Yes. Not any of his villains at this point in time. One of his closest friends, Wonder Woman, who's got a crew cut, who's basically got shaved hair to a mohawk. Yes, this beautiful woman who had beautiful hair turns to a mohawk. One way to describe this series is that it's similar to Superman Earth's End, but doesn't have a stupid religious message. Oh, if you're curious though, what is up with this lantern? Looks like it has someone's head in it. Believe it or not, that actually is the head of the Joker. That's not a joke. That seriously is true. And then Batman, over the course of this, he does get his actual costume back. But, you're going to love this. You're probably thinking, which costume did he get to put on here? Was it the costume he had at the start of current continuity? No. What was it? His rebirth costume he had currently? Nope. Oh, by the way, we do see that Bane is working with Scarecrow, which that's a very interesting combination. Yes, Bane working with freaking Scarecrow. Okay, so this here is Omega. Who he is, I'll reveal in a minute who the heck he is. Now, in the case of Batman himself, we do see that he does get a costume. And what costume is it, might ask? Well, this might shock you. It is the redesigned costume. The one Greg Capullo debuted back in issue 50. Yes, this very costume. Which is sometimes referred to as the Rebirth costume, even though this came out just this costume is debut just prior to the beginnings of Rebirth. And I remember one person who he and I are still pretty kind of online friends. I've never actually met him in person. He's actually in Massachusetts. He is married. He's got a couple kids. He once worked for Enterprise, the rent-a-car company. He basically mentioned in his reviews he is not a fan of this costume. No. Don't know why he's not a fan of this costume. It's just that he's not really a big fan. The costume he really loves is the costume he had at the start of New 52. He likes that costume. And he's not really a big fan of this one. Not really, no. Me, I have no problem with it. I think it's a pretty good costume. So they don't reveal who Omega is until the final issue. Yeah, and apparently, Superman apparently is supposedly dead, but not really. So they find out who Omega is by the end of the miniseries. And it's... Oh, by the way, apparently we have... You see all these heroes here? In this Elseworld story, they're all dead. Every single one, except for Superman. Yeah, he gets reborn as a baby, but yeah, all these people are dead. Everybody here like, who's in this page here? Let's see. I see Vigilante, Guy Gardner, Cyborg, Green Arrow, Beast Boy, Batwoman, Santana, The Question. I believe it's Dove, John Stewart, Aquaman. Looks like Hawkman, John Constantine. I think that's Blue Demon. The Ray. I can tell from that's Kyle Rayner, who I can't be another Kyle Rayner. It's kind of weird how there's basically the Atom. It's basically a whole boat of superheroes, including Harley Quinn in the corner. Yeah, they apparently killed her off in this story. Yep, so it's kind of like this fairy bit, and yeah, here's Wonder Woman in this continuity who went her with a mohawk. Yes, I'm not really sure why Greg Capullo had her do this for, but he did. Oh yeah, he also finds out Dick Grayson's alive, and also Barbara Gordon's alive too. But here's the thing: Tim is dead, so is Cassandra Cain, and Damien's dead again. Second continuity to kill him off. So apparently the Bat Manor was abandoned some time ago. Also, apparently Omega has, get this, the Court of Owls working for him, and his base operations is Wayne Manor, who apparently he had transported the whole building, brick by brick, and put it on top of Wayne Tower. Don't know why. And then of course you have the main Batman villains here. Oh, and who is? Well, they also feel that apparently Gotham's under this control, and apparently Omega is apparently the real Bruce Wayne. It's not really explained how the heck this is possible. Yeah, it's a very weird ending to it, but I gotta admit, this actually was a really good miniseries. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good here. Next up is kind of an odd one. We have Wonder Woman in the 50s. Excuse me. I should point out this is not all the issues that came out 50s Wonder Woman. It's going to be a story for this one. So, from these comics, we have All-Star Comics 56 and 57, Stage Comics 97, 98, and from the pages of Wonder Woman, we have, oh boy, we have 45, 50, 60, 66, 72, 76, 80, 90, 94, 95, 98, 105, 107, and 108, and 750. Oh my gosh. These are your two writers, Robert Kanigher and John Broome, artwork by Russ Audru, Harry G. Peter, Frank Casilla, and Arthur Petty. The cover is done by Jenny Friesen, which is a very good artwork, I hand to it. Yeah, it just had put basically Women's Time 50s, which these are the most strangest stories I have ever seen. Like, there are duplicates made of Wonder Woman. Oddly enough, at this point in time, we don't have Wonder Woman put in bondage every cover, which thank God we finally stopped that particular nonsense. Because the original creator's off the book at this point in time. We also have the Also Comic ones is mostly her team with the JSA during their last two. By the way, those two comics for Also Comics, those were the last two comics released for that series for 20 years. The series didn't finally resume until 1970s. The stories here are okay, nothing bad about them. I was the best thing about this trade is this awesome cover. It just mostly went over fighting random stories, random characters. None of our foes are here. Not Giganta, not Dr. Psycho, Dr. Poison. No, just have fight random foes. One-shot characters. Aside from her and Steve Trevor, we have hardly anybody else here. No Eda Can't. Actually, Eda Can't does brief appear in here, but a lot of the other characters most have been dropped at this point in time. But the stories are okay. Nothing terrible here. I'm going to give this book an 8.5 out of 10. The thing with the 50s when it comes to Wonder Woman, none of the stories are very good. They're just okay at best. I would probably say the one character I did enjoy is I actually didn't like. Now, the 50s is kind of a weird period for particular characters. Now, one character I read a lot of the stories that come in the 50s is Batman. They're mostly good or okay stories, or a couple of them are just really, really bad, like Deadshot's debut. But Wonder Woman, just okay at best. It's nice doing a couple of Shusenshi comics. It's quite nice. But I give it 8.5 because the story is just okay at best. That's just my opinion anyways. Okay, so that's a particular review. Next up, I'm going to hopefully get a chance to do this. My Hero Academia. Okay, next video. Bye.